Oh, naka-Chrome na. Ito. Chrome. Dito.
Gumana siya.
Connect din. Alright. Okay. And then I'm gonna copy the link or share sa Facebook. Ma'am, anong nakikita mo?
Wala akong nakikita, sir.
Yan.
Ay, ito, yung harap. Yung
Okay.
advanced financial account.
Okay. Okay, yan i-share ko na. Let's welcome all our participants. Okay, hello guys. How are you? Good afternoon. Thank you so much for coming in. So I'm here again with our reviewer for AFAR, kay Ma'am Melissa. Hi, Ma'am Melissa. How isa tuloy? How are you, Ma'am?
Hi, sir. Magandang gabi na ba? It's 6 na po.
Oo,
Opo.
dapit hapon.
Yes, sir.
Magandang dapit hapon. Ako, medyo malalim ang aking Tagalog ngayon. Baka hindi naintindihan ng ating mga millennials. Okay, guys. So we are back. We are in YouTube, Facebook. Okay. And of course, welcome to all our participants in our free live session for advanced financial accounting reporting. And by the way, I just saw someone. Oh, hello, Sir Melvin Rosario, one of our reviewers in CPA Online Review School. So Sir Melvin is handling RFBT. So watch out, guys. Okay, meron tayong schedule for RFBT.
Yes, sir.
Ayun. Shout out tayo kay Enrilieta Pedro. Oh, dalawa si Enrilieta Pedro. And then of course kay Sir Mark Anthony Mandia. Okay. Hello guys, how are you? Thank you so much for coming in. And then sa Facebook natin, marami tayong listeners sa ating Facebook. How are you guys? So watch out. Meron tayong mananalo ngayon. I-announce natin ang mananalo for our previous pa-contest. Okay? Hindi para sa mga umaten, hindi uuwing luhaan. Okay? So we already informed those winners sa kanilang FB Messenger. So yeah, so this is for documentation purposes and let everyone know na kung sino bang nanalo. All right. So thank you guys. So yeah, before we start, of course, we need to pray. Let's all welcome or let us put ourselves in the presence of the good Lord in the name of the Father, of the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, thank you so much for this day. Thank you so much po sa safety and protection na binigay nyo sa amin. Maraming salamat po at nakalipas na ang bagyo na si Ambo. Thank you rin po Lord sa protection na binibigay mo sa amin sa virus. So Lord, i-guide mo po ang mga scientists at mga nag-aaral nito na makatuklas ng vaccine at gamot upang kami makabalik sa aming normal na gawain. Lord, we are also lifting up to you ang mga estudyante ito, Panginoon, na i-guide mo po sila, bigyan mo po sila ng wisdom and knowledge para po ma-retain sa kanilang pag-uusapan. And then of course, ganun din po kayo mag-iisa, patuloy mo po silang i-guide. Gamitin mo po kami, Panginoon, na maging instrumento mo. Ikaw, Panginoon, ang dahilan kung bakit kami nandito. nasa sayo ang papuri sa pasasalamat. We are lifting up to you this activity. Thank you so much in the name of Jesus. This is our prayer. Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, guys, good afternoon. So we're back in our part 2 of Advanced Financial Accounting Reporting. So ang i-discuss natin today is of course yung corporate liquidation, guys. Okay, last time hindi natin tinapos. Okay? Siyempre, kailangan natin ng pabitin for that at makita namin. So, yeah. Advanced Financial Accounting Reporting, guys, this is the in general, no, as a whole, ang ating advanced financial accounting reporting is for specialized accounting. So yung sinasabing specialized accounting, we're in partnership, corporation, business combination, consolidated FS. Okay, so diyan papasok yung financial, ang specialized accounting. So kahit nawag na advanced, talagang kailangang tutukan. Alright? So hindi siya it's not related to any or hindi mo siya ma-relate sa other accounting subjects, but the concepts could be is there. The concept is there. It's just a matter of there are technicalities, heavier technicalities in terms of accounting application, kaya siya naging advanced or specialized accounting. So of course guys, yeah, shout out naman dyan tayo kay Ma'am Isa. Hi Ma'am Isa, thank you so much again.
Sir, thank you din po for the
Okay.
opportunity and
Yeah. All
hello sa
right.
mga nakikinig.
Yes. So si Ma'am Isa is a certified public accountant, okay? She is a MBA, okay? And then currently a professor. By the way, guys, on the road si Ma'am Melissa na kunin ang kanyang PhD. Alright.
Yes, sir.
So we are in good hands. Thank you so much talaga, ma'am, for being part of CPORs. And then, of course, she is involved right now in Board of Investment. So, saktong-sakto kay ma'am ang discussion na AFAR kasi we're talking about investment, business consolidation. We're talking about consolidation. But kasi guys, at the end of the day, if you're going to assess that or look into a bigger picture, ang consolidation, ang business combination, is talk about investment. So, yeah. So, and then she has more than 8 years of accounting experience. Okay, I just want to remind everyone that please focus on the webinar, no distraction from your end. Ensure that you have a reliable internet connection. Get your pen and notes, avoid unnecessary background. So guys, please turn off i-mute nyo ang inyong video if you are listening. Turn off also your sound or mute yourself. Turn off your videos if you are listening to us right now para makapag-focus ka. Okay, so yeah, I just want to share the winners, guys. Meron kaming winners, guys, no? Congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations. So we have 3 winners, right? Ang tanong previously is, are you ready to become a CPA? Okay? And then meron po tayong nanalo. Okay. Tingnan natin kung sino yung nanalo for the third prize. So the third prize, yay! Kay Ma'am Mary Flor Kilang. Okay, Ma'am Mary Flor Kilang. So sabi niya, are you ready to be a CPA? Ang sagot niya, guys, is yes. With God's wisdom and guidance, I am now ready to grab those 3 letters. Being a CPA is not just a dream. I want it to be a reality. I want to be competent, independent, professional, not just for myself, but for those people who believe and will always believe that I can. I face many challenges, but God always helped me to be strong, and my family always cheer me up. So it's time for me to give my all. Wow! Talaga naman. So ang ganda naman ng message ni ma'am na sa kanyang, actually para sa kanya to, no? So she wanted to be a CPA in no time. So she is a scholar. She will get 50% off of our of 50% off promo for this third place. Okay? So ibig sabihin 5,000 na lang ang kanyang babayaran. And then of course, ito dito tayo matutuwa lahat no kay Ma'am Shay. Kay Ma'am Shay kani Costa. Ang ganda ng kwento nitong si Ma'am Shay Canicosa. So, sabi niya, simple lang sagot niya. Yes, I am ready. If not now, then when? If not me, then who? Grabe. So, napakalalim na itong sinabi niya and then she got 220 likes and reaction hearts dito sa kanyang daming supportive. Ang daming niyang fans kay Ma'am Shea Canicosa. By the way guys, si Ma'am Shea Canicosa is a re-enrollee. So current student na namin siya. So that's why we are so thankful na mayroon mga students like Ma'am Shea who appreciate CPA Online Review School that can help them to achieve this CPA Online. Just imagine guys, she is very busy. Actually, nagme-message yan si Ma'am Shay sa amin na busy daw because of the audit. Alam mo yon. So yeah, so congratulations to Mary Flor. And then of course, kay Ma'am Shay Canicosa. Okay, so si Ma'am Shay is entitled for a 70% off. So just imagine guys, 3,000 pesos na lang ang kanyang babayaran for CPA Online. And then she is a re-enrollee. So 500 pesos na lang. Oh my God. Okay, congratulations. And then of course, sa ating winner. Yay! Ayan, no? Masaya siya, no? Thank you so much kay Miss Chrislyn Florido. Tama ba? Kamuntik ng Florida ang pagkabasa ko. Sabi niya, ito guys, oh, she got 262 likes and hearts. Being a CPA is not just a dream. Being a CPA is my life, my future. Aha! Diba? Nothing less. I am ready to be a CPA. I am a CPA by heart. This is what I'm made for. Wow. This battle is not just for me. This is for my family and of course my future family. I want to prove to all of them, including myself, that I can do it. Despite with all of those struggles and with this current situation, I want to improve the quality of my life that my family is enjoying. I want my grandmom see what her first apo is up to. I want her to see my achievement. I want my mom to be proud of me. So no matter what I'm going to make this, I will be a CPA this October 2020. I am ready, Ting. Why? Why not get a reward from it? If not me, then it's me. Wow! Naman! Kay Ma'am Christine Florido, congratulations! You got a full scholarship. First place, no tuition fees to be paid. Congratulations, ma'am. So yeah, these three scholars guys, no, kinontak namin to separately. So but then we will post the winner in our Facebook page para legit and then may evidence sila na naging scholar sila ng CPA Online Review School. So actually guys, marami kaming may mga scholars din kami, no? So we are doing the work behind the scene din kami. So we have PWD, meron kaming Latin, meron kaming mga conditionals, okay? And then sa mga like mga other doon sa mga nahihirapan na gustong-gusto, okay? We have some kind of was this scholarship provided to them. Okay, so ang dami nang nangyari sa atin guys ngayong araw na to. Thank you so much. So we are back again in our corporate liquidation exercise. For this topic, Ms. Isa will discuss. So I think my role is done, guys. Listen up to Ms. Isa. Ma'am Isa, take it away. You can share our
Yes, sir.
just please share your presentation and then we can move forward to discuss. Okay,
Okay,
so
sir. So I will share now my screen. So
all right. So while Ma'am Isa is doing yon, ganda.
yan. So, magandang gabi sa ating lahat. So, I hope everyone is safe, no, sa kanilang mga tahanan. May bagyo tayo ngayon, no? Kahapon nga nag-brownout. Buti na lang hindi ngayon ang brownout dito. So,
Oo nga, ma'am. Kung hindi,
opo. Kung
ako
hindi,
ang sasalo.
Yes, sir. Ayun, magandang gabi to all of you who are watching right now. So, para sa iba na mga nakapanood nung session nung March May 14. No, yung first session for the AFAR corporate liquidation. Kung matatandaan ninyo, what did we discuss? We discussed about the categories of the liabilities in the statement of affairs. So we have fully secured liabilities, partially secured liabilities, and unsecured liabilities with priority and without priority. So to recap, what are fully secured liabilities? Of course, fully secured liabilities are those liabilities with a security or a collateral, right? So the entire amount of the liability is secured. Okay, so it's fully secured. So pag partially naman, partially secured, only a partial amount of the liability is secured by the collateral or the asset. And then when we say unsecured liability naman, we have two kinds. We have with priority and without priority. So since from the word itself, it is unsecured, so there is no collateral to the liability actually. Pero with priority, dito pumapasok yung administrative expenses or yung mga priority na like salaries expense, di ba? And others. So for this evening, we will continue, okay, the answering problems. No, we have here a sample problem. So as you can see on your screen, we have here problem 1. So I will read it for you. It's ABC Company filed bankruptcy on September 15, 2020. Okay, and reflected the following amount. So we have here assets. So there are assets pledged with fully secured, with partially secured, and free assets. Okay. So we have here these assets. So we have here our book value, right? Book value. And then we have here the estimated current value. So the book value is the value that we can see on the financial statements, right? It's the carrying value of the asset in our books, right? So that's why it's called book value. But as we can remember, ang sabi natin nung nakaraan, we will use the estimated current value, or sometimes we call it net realizable value, or estimated realizable value. It depends. Sometimes it's market value or fair market value. So we have so many terms for this one. So alam naman natin kung anong meaning nito, no? So syempre it's the fair market value. How much mo siya actually maliliquidate? Because when we liquidate a corporation, of course, we convert all non-cash assets into cash, right? So that's why we need to get the actual with the other items of the problem. So we have here our liabilities naman. So we have here our liabilities with priority. And then we have here fully secured creditors, partially secured creditors, and unsecured creditors. So I assume this first item, which is liabilities with priority, since hindi naman siya kasama dito sa fully secured and partially secured, this is also unsecured. But this is with priority. And this one, the last item, unsecured creditors, is without priority. Okay? So, okay, let's proceed to the question. just like what I have been always reminding students, please double check the question. Okay, what is the question? The assets are converted to cash at estimated current values and the business is liquidated. So, how much is the cash available to pay unsecured non-priority claims? Okay, so the question is how much is the cash available to pay unsecured non-priority claims? So in this case, sa unang tingin, no, we are talking about this one without priority claims, no? But it is not always the case. So let us look at the computation we have here, no? So I have here the solution. So let me scroll it down for you. Okay? So captured naman lahat ng items, no? So we have here estimated current value. So first item, estimated current value of assets pledged for fully secured creditors. Okay, so first item we must consider is this one, the assets pledged with fully secured creditors. Okay, so I will explain it to you later. So let us add the estimated current value of free assets. So what do we mean by free assets? These are assets that are not pledged to any liability. So that's why it's called free, no? So okay, so why did we consider, ma'am? Why did we consider first the fully secured creditors? Okay, the assets pledged to fully secured creditors. So let us look at here below. So we are adding these two, 370,000 plus 320,000, which is the free asset. So the total of these two would be 690,000. And then below you will see we have here items that we are deducting from the 690. Okay? So first is the fully secured creditor. So as I was saying earlier, fully secured creditors are liabilities in which the entire amount is secured by the asset. So in this case, let us see the liability is at 260,000, right? And then how much is the asset pledged to it? The asset pledged to it is at 370, right? So 370,000. So if you would compare, oops, sorry, sobra ng isang zero. If you would compare these two numbers, so the entire 260 is secured. So the asset can be paid for the entire liability. Okay, so let us see here. So we are deducting the amount of fully secured creditors, and then also we are deducting here the unsecured liabilities with priority. Okay, which is 70,000 pesos. Okay, so ma'am, why are we deducting these two? Of course, let us go back to these assets, no? So why do we consider the assets pledged to fully secured creditors and then less the liability for fully secured creditors? Of course, since it has a difference of how much, it would be 110,000, right? For this portion. So these are considered, the 110, these are also free assets. Okay, that's why we are adding it to the remaining or to the other free assets, which is 320. And then we are deducting the actual liability in order for us to know how much is the free asset. Okay, so why are we also deducting the unsecured liabilities with priority? Okay, so since these are liabilities, though unsecured, these are with priority because we need to pay them. Hindi natin sila pwedeng kalimutan eh. Hindi natin sila pwedeng isantabi because they have priority. So in order for us to get the actual free asset for us to pay the remaining or the remaining unsecured creditors, so this would be the total cash available for unsecured claims. Okay, so I will clear my all my drawings. So let us see here, recap. The assets pledged to fully secured plus the free assets equals the estimated free assets deducting the fully secured liability here and the unsecured with priority. So we get how much? The total cash available for unsecured claims is at 360,000 pesos. So the answer in this problem would be letter A. It's 360,000 pesos. Okay, so I have here an explanation. So let us read it for you. So here, assets pledged with fully secured creditors or assets that have been pledged and that are expected. So I will zoom in no para mas makita ninyo. Okay, assets pledged. These have been pledged and are expected to realize an amount equal to or in excess. Okay, so as you can remember kanina, may excess, di ba? Dun sa asset minus liability, there is an excess of 110,000 considered as the free asset portion, right? So, in short, let us continue here. In short, there are pledged assets whose value is sufficient to pay in full the claims of the creditors in question. Free assets are assets that have not been pledged and hence are not related to individual liability items are reported under this heading. Preferred claims have first liens on these assets and after satisfaction of these liens, the remaining free assets are available for the payment of claims of unsecured creditors. Unpledged properties are sold by the trustee and cash is accumulated for ultimate distribution to creditors with priority and then to general or unsecured creditors. Okay, so properties that have been pledged to creditors as security are converted into cash and the proceeds are applied first to the respective secured claims. If certain pledged property fails to realize an amount equal to the claim against it, the unpaid balance of the claim becomes an unsecured or general claim against the debtor. However, if the pledged property realizes more than amount of the claim, the excess becomes available to the trustee for distribution to creditors with priority and to unsecured creditors. Okay, so we are still in problem number 1. Ma'am, bakit po hindi po ninyo sinama sa computation ang assets pledged with partially secured creditors? Kasi po, ito ma'am, dalawa sinama nyo po sa computation. Okay, so of course, these assets are pledged with partially secured creditors. For example, this is the 120,000. So, let us see, saan natin ipapartner ang 120? With the partially secured liability. So, here, it's 200,000. Obviously, as you can see, the asset, which is 120,000, is not sufficient enough to cover the entire 200,000, right? So, of course, there will be no free asset portion dun sa asset. Okay? So, wala siyang sosobra. So, that's why hindi na natin siya sinama sa computation. Okay? So, are we good? Can we proceed to the next problem? Okay, let's proceed to the next problem. It's problem number 2. Okay? So, can you see it? So, problem number 2. So, let me read it for you, okay? So, DEF Company filed bankruptcy on September 15, 2020 and reflected the following amounts. So, we have here almost the same like kanina. We have here assets, broken down into assets pledged with fully secured creditors, with partially secured creditors, and the free assets with their book values and their estimated current values. Okay? And then also the liabilities broken down into the following: liabilities with priority, fully secured creditors, partially secured creditors, and unsecured creditors. Okay, so the question for this one, the assets are converted to cash at the estimated current values and the business is liquidated. So, take note ha, pag liquidating ng business, usually talagang kino-convert all non-cash into cash. Kaya nga sinabing liquidated, di ba? Liquidation. So, cash is the most liquid asset. Ito yung pinakamadaling i-distribute, di ba? So, that is the goal. Kaya nagkakaroon ng estimated current value. Okay? So, the question, how much is the cash available to partially secured creditors? So, how about partially secured creditors? Earlier, we were talking about what was the question earlier? So, kanina, ang question is, how much is the cash available to pay unsecured non-priority claim? Okay, so, for this problem, we are talking about partially secured liabilities naman, no? So, how do we go about this one? So, okay, so let us show the solution. Okay. So first, what do we consider? So look at here below the box, okay? The box here. So it's the same actually. So we are considering current value or estimated current value of assets pledged for fully secured creditors, which is 190,000, okay? Plus 140,000 for estimated free assets. So it's the same computation as earlier. Okay, so we have here a total of 330,000 pesos. So of course, in order for us to know how much is the cash available for unsecured claims, just like the first problem, so we deduct the amount of the liabilities, right, with fully secured creditors. So let me zoom in for you for easier view. So this is the full solution. Okay, so we are looking at the full solution so we can explain it. So liabilities for fully secured creditors is deducted here. And also the liabilities unsecured with priority, okay? With priority. So we are deducting 150,000 from the total 330,000 pesos minus 150. It's at 180,000. So as you can see here, total cash available for unsecured claims. Okay, so why are we getting this one available for unsecured claims? So of course, we need to compute. Okay, so we need to compute the liquidation value per peso claim, because in the case of a statement of affairs, we need to get the how much centavo per peso can unsecured claims claim. Okay, so in this case, 180,000 is divided by 300,000. So where did we get 300,000? Actually, 300,000 is from, okay, so let me erase my drawings. So how did we get the 300,000 pesos? Okay, so actually, it is, okay, let me share my drawing. So 300,000 pesos is computed by adding all the unsecured liabilities. So we have here unsecured, the unsecured, which is how much? It's 260,000. Of course, this is unsecured. Okay? Without priority. So, ito yung, dito natin siya i-divide. But, there is also a portion, right? A portion nung partially secured, right? So, as we can remember, fully secured, entire amount can be covered by the asset. Partially secured, not the entire amount. So, we have to get the portion. So, this has two portions, the secured and unsecured. So 100,000, how much is the asset pledged to it? So the asset pledged to it is at 60,000, right? So of course, the 60,000 is the secured portion. Okay, so the remaining, which is 100,000 minus 60,000, it's 40,000, right? 40,000 is the unsecured portion. So, of course, we will have to add this here. So, unsecured portion, also unsecured portion from partially secured liabilities, 40,000. So, we add them up. So, the total unsecured amount for these liabilities would be 300,000 pesos. Okay, so you can screenshot this one. So I'm gonna clear my drawings na. So we have here, let's go back to our solution. Okay, so we have here 300,000. So it's 180,000 divided by 300,000 equals 60 centavos liquidation value per peso claim. Okay, so let us check nga with our calculator. Is it really 60 centavos? So let's divide 180,000 divided by 300,000. So yes, it's 60 centavos. Okay, so in order for us to, how much is, what is the question nga? Cash available to partially secured creditors. So what do we need to do? We need to have the unsecured portion of partially secured creditor. So we have computed it earlier, right? So magkano nga yun? 100,000 yung liability, but the asset pledged to it is just 60. No, that's why it's 40,000 unsecured portion, right? So this is one. Okay, so what do we do with this unsecured portion? We need to multiply it with the liquidation value per peso claim. So it's 24,000. Let's get our calculator. So 40,000, which is the unsecured portion of the partially secured liability, multiplied to 60 centavos, it's 24,000 pesos. Okay, so we have here our 24,000 pesos. So this will be paid to the creditor, but we also have to consider the additional, the 60,000 pesos asset pledge, right? So when we add these two amounts, we get 84,000 pesos. Okay, so do we get it? So of course, I'll repeat ha. So the secured portion, which is 60,000, of course, this will be paid to the creditor, plus the amount received based on liquidation value per peso claim, which is the unsecured portion multiplied to the liquidation value per peso, right? So the actual that can be paid to the partially secured creditors will be at 84,000 pesos. Okay, so we have here an explanation. The amount, 60 centavos, must be applied to the unsecured portion of 40,000 plus the estimated current value of the asset pledged with partially secured creditors in the amount of 60,000. The total amount of cash received by partially secured creditors is 84,000 pesos. So you can screenshot this one. So we return to our choices. So how much is the cash available to partially secured creditors? The answer is letter B, as in Bravo. It's 84,000 pesos. So please do not forget that these assets pledged, for instance, this partially pledged with partially secured creditor, this will not be the entire payment to the creditor. We will still have to consider the estimated payment in centavos, right? Or sometimes in percentages for the unsecured portion. Okay, which is 40,000 pesos. Okay, so are we good? So,
Thank you
yes.
so much, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes,
rest ka
sir.
muna. Okay,
Okay, sir.
gagawa tayo
Thank you
ng
very much.
patawastas.
Yes, sir. Thank
Oo,
you.
rest ka muna para yung ating beautiful voice ay
Thank you,
beautiful
sir.
pa din. So, guys, no?
Okay, sir.
Ang ganda ng topics, ang ganda ng binigay na problem solving ni Ma'am Isa for tonight. So guys, I just want to invite you, and then of course for those listeners natin sa ating YouTube and FB Live, guys, enroll until May 2000 until May 2022 this Friday. Okay, 1 week, guys. We are giving this what's this for new students for 10,000. So you will get unlimited access until October 2020, downloadable materials, access to the webinars, access to the portal, and then of course, free boards. So ang kaibahan nito, guys, no, if you're going to enroll until Friday, okay, you will get a 5-day workshop. So itong 5-day workshop na to, guys, is a 5-day intensive basic accounting lessons. So this is to refresh your ideas on how you going to attack the the accounting as a whole. Okay, so this would be per day could be minimum of 1 hour and maximum of 2 hours. Okay, yung 5-day intensive. So basta 5 days yan, and then there will be a 1 hour or two hour session per day. Okay, so this is for free for those who will enroll until May 22 of 2020. Okay, and that is until Friday na lang, guys. Okay, so for new students, your fee is 10,000 plus the 5-day workshop, no, which is free. Okay, wala na kayong babayaran for that. So we are actually makakasama nyo yung mga early bird. Okay? Mga early bird na nag-enroll na sa amin. So we have I think we have more than one classroom na tayo for early bird na nag-enroll for us. So please guys, join them and then to become a CPA in no time. We are giving this 5-day workshop for you to ready yourself by June 15. So that's why we are doing it para alam mo na on how you going to attack the review session or your review review proper. So because as a online review school or a CPA online review school, we cannot dictate to you as to when are you going to log in. So it's really under your control. Our control to you is to give you information, to give you techniques, give you kind of strategies on how you're going to pass the board exam. So this is one of our ways for you to become a CPA. Okay, so yes guys, please attend until I mean enroll until May 2022. I mean May 22. So we just ended our early bird promo yesterday. So ang daming humabol, sobrang daming humabol. Thank you guys for enrolling. And then of course, sa ating mga re-enrollees, thank you so much. Sa ating mga conditional, thank you so much. Sa ating Latin honors, may group Latin honors pa. Magkabarkada Latin, mag-enroll sa CPA Online Review School. Grabe. So, we are not mistaken in terms of doing this mission to help future CPA like you. Okay, so yeah, that's it for that's the invitation for this week. And then if you are not yet enrolled, meron tayong isang let me check. Meron pa tayong activities or let's say one question na you could be one of the winners. All right. So that the question is how are you going to manage your time to make your CPA dream come true. So please guys look into our FB page, comment, and then paramihan ng likes, paramihan ng reactions. Okay, mananalo doon yung syempre marami. Okay, so just like this scholarship did. Okay, ang galing. Oh, si Crystal masayang masaya, nakakatuwa. Okay, thank you so much guys. Okay, so that's it for anyway, meron pa tayo. I think si Sir Melvin, he will like to plug something. Tingnan natin na if he is available. Tingnan natin. So, meron kaming surprise ngayon sa inyo guys, no? May sasabihin sa
Yeah,
inyo si Sir Melvin. Sir Melvin, ano yung gusto mong sabihin sa kanila? Anong surprise mo sa ating mga listeners?
yeah, okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. Thank you, CPA reviewees, parents, and all attendees who are here tonight. And to our esteemed reviewer, Miss Melissa. And of course, to our founder and reviewer also, Mr. Tristan Ian Cristobal, for our CPA online review school, where reviewing is cool, really cool. Okay, without so much ado, I would like to invite you and reviewees next Saturday to tackle RFBT, the easy, better, and the CPA way. Thank you. Yun lang
Wow.
po ang aking plug-in.
Wow, thank
See
you
you
so
next
much.
meeting.
Grabe. Surprise kami dyan ha. Thank you Sir Melvin for that free live webinar on May 23, Saturday. Tama Sir Melvin?
Ye- Yes, next
Yes. All
Saturday.
right. So this is for
Same time.
RFBT. Yeah. So guys, we will create a link for you to register for RFBT. So watch us out. So guys, lahat na ng topics or lahat na ng halos lahat na ng subjects for CPA. Okay, board exam is na-touch na natin. All right, so I hope, yeah, if you are not yet enrolled, please guys, you are in good hands. So, and then you can pass the CPA in not so new economy because our tagline is building CPAs in new economy. So, be a CPA by reviewing online. Okay, so Ma'am Isa, hello, ma'am. Back to
Yes,
you.
sir.
Okay, back to you.
Wow, thank you, sir. So let let's continue with our discussion, no? So we have already discussed two problems. So we still have one remaining problem in our here. So okay, so let's go. It's problem 3. In 2020, HIK Corporation was forced to file bankruptcy. So the following account balances were taken from its statement of affairs. Okay, so we have here our assets, and we have here assets pledged with partially and free assets. Okay, so these are the two classes of assets here. So we have here book value and the estimated current value. So we are using the estimated current value as always, right? So we have here our liabilities. So preferred claims, it is another term for unsecured with priority, okay? So let us remember that. So we have here book value. And then you can see here there is the unsecured portion, right? So for example, this one, partially secured creditor. So we have here the book value of the liability and the unsecured portion, which is 25. So wag tayong mali dito. Pag sinabing book value, ito yung nakasulat sa ating financial statements, right? This is the reported amount. So this means that if the unsecured portion is 25, of course, 50,000 is the secured portion. Okay, so we have here unsecured creditors, of course. The entire amount is unsecured. Okay, so what is the question? What is the total amount available for unsecured creditors? Okay, so we will be looking for the amount available for unsecured creditors. Actually, this is the same as the question in problem 1 earlier. Okay, so what did we do? We considered the fully secured, right, and the free assets. Right, so since in here we do not have our fully secured, we only have free assets here, and assets pledged with partially secured creditor. So what do we need to do? So I'm showing you the solution right here below. So if you can see here the computation, so the estimated current value of the free assets, it's 160,000. So this will be considered in computation for the amount available. Ma'am, why did we not include these assets pledged with partially secured creditors? So na-explain ko na to kanina because this is insufficient to actually to pay for the partially secured claim, right? So that's why we are looking for the free assets. Okay, so only the free assets in here. And then, of course, in order for us to get the amount available for unsecured creditors, we need to deduct the preferred claims because it is with priority, okay? So in this case, it's 160,000 less 16,000, which is preferred claims. The answer would be 144,000 pesos. So let us read the explanation below. Free assets are assets that have not been pledged and not related to any liability. Preferred claims have first lien on the assets, and after satisfaction of these, the remaining free assets are available for the payment of unsecured claims. Okay, so in this question, the answer is 144. It's letter C. Okay, so let's proceed. We have our next question. So what do we have for our next question? So let's go. It's number 4. What is the estimated amount of liquidating dividend per peso claim? So we are talking about the liquidation dividend per peso, right? In the centavo form or sometimes in percentage form. So depende. So what do we have here? We get our estimated current value of free assets, right? Just like the computation earlier, we are looking for the total amount available to unsecured creditors. Okay, so we have here 144,000 as we have computed earlier. And then this will be divided to the total unsecured liabilities, right? So how do we get the total unsecured liabilities? So let us look again at our given example. Okay. So we have here our unsecured portion, right? So actually in this problem, it has been broken down, ano? So we have here our unsecured portion, which is 155 and 25,000 for the partially secured creditor. So we just have to add these two. So we have how much? It's 25,000 plus 155,000. So the unsecured portion is at 180,000. Okay, so we have here 180,000 pesos. So this is the unsecured liabilities. Okay, so this will be our basis for division. Okay, so this will be our divisor. Okay, so we have here the available to unsecured creditors of 144,000 divided by 180,000. So we get here what? How much? It's 80 centavos per claim. Okay? So the answer is 80 centavos. So the answer in number 4 is letter D as in Delta. Okay? So are we good? Let's go to the next question, which is number 5. So the question, what is the amount of deficiency? Okay, let's adjust this. Okay, number 5, what is the amount of deficiency to creditors? Okay, so in this case, we are still considering the total amount available to unsecured creditors, right? It's 144,000 in question number 3. And in question number 4, we have found out the total unsecured liabilities, right? We have just added the unsecured portions in the given example, right? So it's 180. So of course, if we have a remaining 180,000 liability and we have only 144,000, right, assets to satisfy these liabilities, right? So of course, kulang pa yan. So there is a deficiency. So the deficiency is just deducting or subtracting these two. So we have here how much is it's 36,000 pesos. So the 36,000 pesos is the deficiency, meaning after paying all of the liabilities using the remaining resources we have, in this case, it's only 144 na lang, no? So we still have our deficiency to creditors in the amount of 36,000. And the answer to number 5 would be letter A. It's 36,000 pesos. Okay, so thank you very much. So you can screenshot these notes, these annotations. Okay, so please remember to double check the question, right? So kung anong hinahanap, sometimes the board exam is tricky, but we can do it. We can do it. Okay?
Nice.
Papasa tayo.
Oo,
Okay?
kayang-kaya yan.
Congratulations in advance.
Tama yun, ma'am. Galing.
Yes,
Ma'am,
sir.
ma'am, thank you so much for this presentation. By the way, guys, no, don't forget, in terms of corporate liquidation, it's more on crucial dito yung understanding nyo in terms of the security, if the assets are for secured creditors, if the liabilities or for creditors are partially or fully secured. So that's very important to take note. And then yeah, kasi doon ang idea kasi dito is magkano ang pwede mong bayaran sa mga partially secured creditors and magkano yung pwede mong gamitin para sa mga assets na ginamit mo to obtain obligations or to obtain loans. So yun yung pinaka-idea niya guys, ano? So wag kayong malilito pag mahahaba. Ito mahahaba lang yan pero simple lang yan. Yeah. It's more on logic lang kayo diyan guys. Logic ang gamitin natin or sabi ko nga sa mga estudyante namin, no, yung mga uma-attend dito sa auditing prob and auditing theory na tinuturo ko, it's more Tagalogin nyo. Okay? Huwag kayong mahihiyang mag-Tagalog para mas maintindihan nyo. Okay? So, yun. So, ma'am, again, thank you so much for this presentation. So, I just want to invite you again, guys, until May 22 until Friday, uh, if you will enroll, you will be included in the 5-day workshop, which will be on June 1 to 5. Okay, so during that workshop, you will have an access in the 1 to 2 hour techniques, strategies, or 5-day intensive basic accounting lesson for you to pass the CPA board exam. So yeah, the regular rate applies as of today, which is 10,000 pesos. Then after May 22, guys, I cannot promise if we will still give the 5-day workshop for those who will enroll by late of May 2022. May 22. Okay. So I think that's it for tonight, Ma'am Ma'am Isa. Thank you so much. So I hope makikita natin sa finals ang ating mga students.
Yes, sir. Thank you very
Okay, so
much.
guys, yeah, so this is me, Tristan Ian Cristobal. And by the way, guys, before I say goodbye, May 23, meron tayong RFBT. Okay? So that will be the same time, 6 p.m. So yeah, so in behalf of CPA Online Review School, this is Tristan Ian Cristobal and I'm with Ma'am Isa. She will be your the viewer in AFAR. So thank you guys. Goodbye and God bless.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you everyone.